We have lost to Tottenham 1-0. Yes, it's a friendly. Yes, if there's ever a North London derby I'd want to lose, it would be the friendly ones. But it hurts, because the whole point of having a rivalry and the whole point of competitive sport is that you want to win. And I'd have been annoyed if we didn't beat AC Milan, didn't beat Newcastle. But with Tottenham, it hurts a little bit more. It wasn't a friendly. I mean, if you look at this is the Kaitak Stadium, right? Kaitak Arena, I think it's called. And they put on a real show, and they got everyone pumped. The fans came in numbers. There were way more Arsenal fans than Tottenham fans. The Tottenham fans were really loud. It was an occasion, right? It was, let's call it a celebration of football in a competitive spirit abroad, here in Hong Kong. And someone was telling me that Arsenal had been in Hong Kong for 13 years. So all of that kind of made it a little bit more of a spectacle. And that's added to the rivalry, to the fact it's a derby and all this. But Arsenal have the same problems. I said on my AFTV fan cam, how amazing does Hong Kong look? You sit in the background, sorry, I know you don't really care about all that, but if you can get out here, get out here. We have this, so on AFTV, the difference between me and Gordon Ramsay is not the ingredients we're using. Mikel Arteta might have 6 new signings. He might get Eze, he might get Rodrigo. You could give him quite a few other players, but it doesn't make him Pep Guardiola necessarily, nor Arne Slot. And maybe some people feel that the only difference between these coaches is the players they've got available, but I don't believe it is. I believe that Mikel Arteta has flaws in his game plan, in his game model. I think he has flaws in reacting to what's going on in game and being able to really change it. I feel like Arsenal's plan A is great when it works, and if it doesn't, we don't really have something else to turn to. Let's break that down for you. We haven't done this for a few months. Let's really break down what I mean by that. It's so easy just going, well, that sounds great. I've never been a coach. I've not got anywhere near the level of the game that Mikel Arteta's at. I'm probably talking complete nonsense, because what do I know? But it's my opinion. If you agree with it, let me know in the comments. If you don't, you can tell me. It's fine. Mikel Arteta would never care what I think about, what I think when it comes to football tactics or management or anything like that. But I've got an opinion. I've supported this football club a long time, and I know if I'm being entertained or not. And last season's problems, I think, really reared their head in this game. Arsenal's game model to me is this. We play a back four. Our left back and Lewis Skelly inverts into midfield next to the double pivot. We then get a line of 5 made up of 2 central midfielders, 2 wingers and a striker. With that 3-2-5 build-up, we are trying to work our way around a team. So the ball will go out to Martinelli and Saka, who are hugging the touchline, and then Martinelli's typically looking for some kind of underlapping run from a Marino or a Rice, or maybe Lewis Skelly from left back. And Saka's really looking for a combination with Ødegaard to get him in behind, or there'll be a late run from Ben White to make it a front 6 attack, because he's left the back 3 and build up to go and help the front line. That for me is Arsenal's game model. But we are so incapable of punching the ball through the middle and having someone make a run off that player. Now, to be fair, that's how Marino scored the other day, so it worked. But how often do Arsenal try that? The reason we pulled it off, and I think even tried in the first place against Newcastle in Singapore, was because actually it was a moment created from a counter press. It was a moment where Marino won the ball back, Newcastle weren't settled, so the space was there, it was obvious. But Arsenal don't try that in congested areas. Why? Do we lack tech? Do we lack intelligence? Do we lack instruction to do it? Are we told not to? Fundamentally, do not lose the ball in the middle of the pitch. It's the most dangerous place to lose it. I'd rather you lost it out wide and you try to go around a team, because that's how you're going to create the moments where you can get in behind and you can find a cutback. Arteta's plan seems to always be filtered towards going around the outside of a team, but it's so difficult to do when teams are really congesting that central area of the pitch. So you're probably saying, well, James, why would you go through the middle? Because sometimes that's where you can create chaos. Now, chaos comes with cost. If we are creating a more chaotic game, we ourselves are losing control of it. But when you're chasing, when you need a goal, I'm sorry, what's 2-0 to 1-0 with 10 minutes to go? Right, you've gone the whole game, you're struggling to break a team down. Why not punch it into Victor Gyökeres, I think it's pronounced, and have Ødegaard running off him, or a Waneri running off him? Why can we not get snapshots from distance and just try to ask a question? Why, when we put crosses into the box, are we always trying to find a very particular player in a very particular area, typically at the back post? Why can't we just chuck it right into the middle, and the keeper might come out and punch it, and it might be too congested for any of our players to attack it properly, but can you pick up the second ball? We don't dismantle defences enough. And I think what's concerning is, yes, this is pre-season. Yes, it's a friendly technically. But Arsenal, there's no better opportunity to throw out the playbook and try something different. If Arteta was ever remotely thinking of mixing up the tactics, this is where we'd see it, because there's nothing on the line. And yet he still didn't want to try anything different. And having said that, I did a video post Newcastle saying, are we seeing some tactical shifts? And I think I said not massively, but some of the things was Zubimendi trying to punch the ball through the middle a little bit more. We didn't really see that in this game. He's barely played with Declan Rice, which I find really strange. I think they played 10 minutes of this tour together in 3 games. Then you've got, the likes of long balls. David Raya going long so often. Kai Havertz winning headers. And us just trying to, again, to be fair, maybe I'm contradicting myself. Maybe we're trying to go over the top of teams. But again, we saw a little bit of that against Newcastle and AC Milan, but in this game we didn't really see that at all. We're again trying to go long ball to gain territory, but not really to find space in between. I'm talking about whether there could be combinations via technical players on the edge of the penalty area, and we're not seeing that, and that worries me a little bit, guys. I need to watch back my video post Newcastle. I can't remember. I'm hoping I didn't say too much about this tactical evolution. I didn't think we were seeing loads, but we were seeing little things, and I actually think we regressed in this game. So yeah, I'm a bit concerned about that. From a player perspective, I want to shout out Ben White. I thought he was brilliant, and I think he has been all tour. I think he's been our player of the tour. Good on him, especially with Timber injured, but mainly from the perspective of he's a very, very good attacking fullback. Timber can shut down wingers. White can go on the outside brilliantly. He can play brilliant balls in behind as well. He was terrific. Ødegaard, I thought, was bright in the first half. I think he's looking like his more fluid, controlling midfielder type, but he's still not a final third player who's kind of killing teams, and that concerns me too. Who else? Saka has looked... people have been concerned about Saka. I think he's looked bright. I think he looked dangerous. And you've got to think teams are really trying to stop him at any given opportunity, and he's still making things happen and looking the more dangerous, and everything's going through him. Dalman, really impressive on tour, and I think he came on and again looked dangerous. He didn't have quite the impact he had against Newcastle, but I still felt he looked someone who, when he got the ball, you could tell the fullbacks were really, really having to do everything to shut him down, and they doubled up on him. They picked up quite quickly. This is not someone to give space to, and Newcastle hadn't picked that up. So yeah, he's looked bright. Saliba, had a great pre-season. I think he's looked really sharp and really quick and athletically above almost everyone else on the pitch. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I haven't been really that impressed with anyone else, if I'm honest. Trossard, I think, looked bright. Nelson's looked good, but we know he's going. So yeah, it's a disappointing way to end things. And look, I never want to lose Northumberland derbies, but I can stomach losing a 3-2 crash bang wallop back and forth where Gyökeres has had chances and we played great attacking football. You know what, we lost, but you know that Arsenal will tighten up defensively, and you know the attacking football is there, and we put on a show, and you saw other things, but we didn't. So we're going to have another year where Arsenal fall at the same hurdle, because Arteta has been given a lot of resources now. When you look at that team, David Raya, 30 million, Ben White, 50 million, William Saliba, 27 million, okay, arrived before him. Kivior was his signing, Gabriel, Calafiore, a lot of investment in that area of the pitch. Lewis Skelly we rate. Rice, Ødegaard, Zubimendi is a very expensively assembled midfield, along with the talent we know of Waneri. Norgard cost 10 million, all right, whatever. Marina cost 30 million. And a front three, okay, Martin Saka he inherited, but you've got a £65 million Havertz, you've got a £65 million Gyökeres now. I'm sorry, there's, Madueke's waiting at home. The ideas shouldn't be this stale. But maybe Madueke gives us something different as a left footer on the left, driving at the fullback and giving us something else in terms of a presence out there. And maybe that's why a Lewis Skelly isn't going to go overlapping, because the plan is for Madueke to be the touchline winger at all costs. Let's see. I still don't rate the player massively, but maybe that could work. Yeah, can we ever just swap Rice and Ødegaard, give them different sides of the pitch to work on, see what they do? Maybe Eze in those pockets gives us more creativity on the left and balances out the areas of the pitch in which you can expect that creativity. Because Rice is terrific, but he's not creative, guys. I mean, far from it. He's technical, he's very technical, but he's not creative. There's a difference. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hong Kong's been a blast, Singapore's been a blast. Arsenal's pre-season overall, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. We won 2 games I expected us to win, but we lost the derby. I think we've looked fine. I don't think we've looked great. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Arsenal lose the North London derby, and they've got Villarreal and Bilbao before Man United away in the Premier League.